Yo, what's going on guys? SpaceKong here. Excuse the voice, I am sick as a dog today, which kind of sucks because I wanted to record a load of videos and stuff, but I sound like this. Alright, so there's been some new patch notes, like newer than the latest new ones, which was the big load of patch notes. So, okay, ZeniMax have, well, from what I've heard, have been like, oh, okay, yeah, we may have messed up a little bit because basically most of the players in Elder Scrolls, well, I say most of the players, I'd say about half, are considering quitting because of all the crappy passives and all the debuffs and stuff that everyone's getting. So, I came to the forum to read this, but there's not been a lot of changes. I mean, yeah, there's been a few, but really not as much as I would hope. But hopefully they will change it in the future. Because at the moment it is looking pretty grim, and that's just my opinion. You know, people have different opinions. For some people, they like the changes. For some people, they don't. But personally, I think they've gone a bit too far on the resource management side. Like, they've literally just destroyed resource management. Like, I wouldn't mind if they were just to change a few things, but they've literally changed everything. Anything which gives you resource, they've just basically shat on. So, but yeah, combat and general gameplay. This is the only one I'm going to go through. It's going to be a short video. So, we're not going to bother with that one. Okay, Nightblade. For the Shadow skill line, the skill is called Shadow Barrier. Increase the passive's ability, base duration of Major Ward and Major Resolve to 3 to 6 seconds from 2 to 4 seconds. Which is good because 2 to 4 seconds for having Major Ward and Major Resolve, it was very short and you had to, it wasn't worth maintaining because you'll be losing a lot of resource management, especially with this patch that's coming out. Being that you have no resource management at all, you're going to be basically wasting so much resource just trying to keep that up, because Nightblades, you know, they're very, very squishy. They're going to go down like a sack of shit. So it's good that they've got a little bit of a bigger buff. I mean, ideally I would like it to be at least a 10-second buff, but I know that they're basically destroying resources, so I can understand why they've done that, because they hate resources management. Next up, for the Siphoning Strikes, fix an issue where the heal from this ability and its morphs could not critically strike. So, okay, that's good. Now we can get some critical heals. Okay, I'm happy with that. Nightblades don't have it too bad in this next patch. Here we go, Templar. So, the Adric Spear ability, right, the synergy from this ability and its morphs now restore magicka or stamina based on whichever has the highest maximum instead of which has the largest missing percent, which was good because say if you had 10% missing stamina, sorry, if you had 10% of your stamina and you only had 10k as opposed to having 40k, sorry, 40k magicka and only having half of that, you're going to be restoring stamina, which didn't really make sense. It would make sense that they've done it like this, which I'm kind of really happy with, because this way it gives the magicka users a chance to take the Adric Spears as well, because it used to be just stamina. So I'm glad that they've split it into two, so it goes on whoever's, you know, whichever one of your maximum magicka or maximum stamina is the highest, then you get that buff. So yeah, I'm really happy with that, and I'm glad they fixed that, because it kind of bugged me. I mean, I know that Templars were a little bit overpowered before the Morrowind patch notes, when it came to resource management, so I can understand why they've done a few of these things, but they've literally destroyed all of it. So I'm glad that they've at least given us this. Next up, for the two-handed, the critical rush. So there was an issue before where it wasn't increasing the damage based on distance travelled, and basically they've just patched that. And same with the one hand and shield, they've fixed the morph which increases the stun length based on distance travelled, which, okay, that's good, because that was a problem as well. They did mess it up a little bit. Werewolf transformation, that's okay, that's not that good. What we got here? Okay, so we've got Undaunted. We have the energy orbs, which is a necrotic orb morph. Fix an issue where the healing combustion synergy from this morph had no cooldown. They put a cooldown on it? Okay, that sucks. They have the necrotic orb, the other synergy. The synergy from this ability and its morphs now restore magicka or stamina based on whichever is the highest maximum instead of whichever is the largest missing percent. So that's going to be the same as the Adric Spear, essentially. They're just making it so it's more fair to whichever class you're playing, more relevant, really. Okay, the champion system. Now, the steed, they had the Ironclad, which I did like this one, but I can see why they've patched it. So basically, they fixed an issue with this champion point where it was decreasing all damage taken instead of only direct damage taken. Now, it would have been cool if they kept it for all damage taken, but I can understand why they've done this, because it would have been very overpowered and you'd be super tanky, especially in Cyrodiil, if you have the CP campaigns, that is. But I'm not sure if they're going to keep the CP campaigns or take them away. But if they might as well just take them away now at this point, because champion points don't really mean shit at the moment. So yeah, so essentially what they're doing here is they're just decreasing the damage for the melee attacks, so which is fair enough, but that's still going to make you really tanky, and I'm probably going to put a lot of points into this for my tank. Next up is Tenacity. Fix an issue where this champion passive's bonus to heavy attack restores values was slightly lower than intended. So okay, they're going to basically, when you use a heavy attack, they're going to give you more resource back, which is good because they did screw up the resource management. So they're kind of giving us a little bit of something back. Do you know what I mean? They're not completely stripping it from us, but they're like dangling a carrot in front of us. So we've got a little bit, tossing us a crumb or two. Next up, we have Master at Arms. Fix an issue where this champion passive was increasing all damage done instead of only direct damage done. Now, this one I kind of disagree with. I would have liked it if they'd have done so it's all damage all around. That would have been awesome. Especially with the whole resource management going down to shit. So it would have been nice to do a little bit more damage, because DPS in the next patch is going to be a lot lower than it is in this patch, because people are going to be using armor sets to accompany for the resource management, as opposed to just doing 2 armor sets which are just full on damage and still having some resource sustain. But that's fine. I mean, I would like them to keep it as it was, but I can understand why they're doing this. I don't agree with it. That's just my personal opinion. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below anyway. Next up, that's it. Okay, that's all of it apparently. So yeah, and that's all for the combat and gameplay. I mean, hopefully they'll be putting out some more changes in the future, because we are still only on the player test server. Sorry, the public test server. So, and it's very early on, so they should change it hopefully soon, where they sort of give us back our Templars, because they've pretty much just like destroyed the Templars and grabbed their face and pushed it in the mud, and then be like, nah, you know what, Templars, I'm going to just take everything good off you and give it to the new Warden class so you can buy our content. Which, in my theory, I think after the after we have the Morrowind patch come out and everyone's bought Morrowind, I reckon after a while they're going to give the Templars back their passives, because let's face it, they want you to buy their content. So what they're going to do is make the Warden look like the golden warrior of awesomeness and things and stuff. And they're going to they basically made the Templar like complete shit. So they're going to what I'm thinking is they're going to do that, and then they're going to switch it back. So you're going to get your Templars going to get buffed up again after everyone's bought the Morrowind. However, they may just keep it the same, which kind of sucks. But there's still a long time to go before the patch is released on the live servers. So there's a lot of time for us to twist Zenimax's arms and cry about it and stuff. And hopefully they'll listen to us and, change a few things. Because I do agree that the resource management at the moment, especially in PvP, is like a little bit OP. Like, you can get people who are just 1vx in and like no skill at all. Like, you get the 1vxers who have loads of skill, and it doesn't matter if they're having like a really shit build or really good build, they'll still be able to do it because it's based on skill, which I think, in my personal opinion, PvP should be based on that as well. I mean, it should be like 30% build, 70% skill. That's the way I see it anyway. But at the moment, there's a lot of cheese builds going out there where someone just has some really, really nice build, and they're as skill wise, like they're like completely shit at the game, but because they've got all the skills and passives, they look like they're doing really well and stuff. I don't know, I can understand why they're doing that, but at least what they could do is just remove CP from Cyrodiil, or take away the CP from Cyrodiil. But I can understand why they're changing a few of the buffs, which is fine, but I don't think they should change all of them, because now it's gone from having like super resource management to like having nothing. But anyway, I'm gonna stop talking now and let you guys do some comments and things and stuff. But remember to smash that like button, because it really does help me out. And, you know, if you'd like to see more videos like this, then it lets me know that you guys like this content. And, you know, if you really like this content, subscribe. If you are like a super subscriber, you'd smash that like button, and, you know, destroy the sub button, hit it twice so you can like double sub and things like that. So alright guys, well, have yourselves a great day, and I will see you next time. Peace.